Hello everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet this cluster and ridge stitch. This is a beautiful crochet stitch worked in 2 or more colors. You could also work it in a single color. All the texture is to one side. You're looking at the front side here, and the ridges are fairly subtle, just giving it a little extra interest. On the back side, it's just a simple smooth back, so all of the texture is to the front. For the tutorial today, I'm going to be using a medium or a worsted weight yarn. This is the Heatherly yarn by WeCrochet. I'll be working in 2 colors, a color A and a color B. Down in the description of this video, you'll find a direct link to the free written instructions, which can be found on my website at richtexturescrochet.com. You'll also find a link down there for information about my latest book. This is Intermediate Crochet Stitches, a collection of 102 crochet stitch patterns celebrating texture and color, featuring large color photos and a large print. Just a great stitch dictionary to have on hand with stitches that aren't often included in other books. So that's down in the description for you to check out. Thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe. This channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. Let's grab our hooks and yarn and get started. Our stitch today is worked in rows, so you're going to start by making a slip knot, and then by working a foundation chain, and your foundation chain today will need to be an even number of stitches. And I should have mentioned we're beginning with our color A. For today, for the tutorial, I'm going to simply chain 20 chain stitches. Once you have that foundation chain worked, you're going to begin row 1 by working a single crochet into the second chain from your hook, and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. At the end of row 1, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. We're now going to work a row of yarn over slip stitches, which are sometimes referred to as half double crochet slip stitches. To work your yarn over slip stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch. Your chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Yarn over, draw up a loop, and draw that loop through the 2 loops on your hook. That is your yarn over slip stitch. You're going to repeat that in each stitch all the way across. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and draw up a loop, and draw that same loop through the 2 loops on your hook. Repeat this all the way across. I'm here working my final yarn over slip stitch in the final stitch. At the end of row 2, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now for row 3, we're going to simply work a row of single crochet stitches. So beginning in the first stitch, single crochet into that first stitch, and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. Once you come all the way across, chain 1 and turn your work. Now for row 4, we're going to work another row of single crochet stitches. This time, however, we're going to work them under the front loop only. So looking at the top of your stitch, you have a loop that is closest to you and one that is furthest away. This one that is closest to you is your front loop only. So we're going to single crochet in the front loop only of that first stitch, and then single crochet in the front loop only of each stitch all the way across. When you come all the way across, you're going to switch to your color B, which I'm going to show you once I reach the other side. When you come to that final stitch, in the front loop only with your color A, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, and draw up a loop. Then to change colors, simply drop that color A, pick up your color B, place it on your hook, and pull through. Now, depending on the project, you may wish to fasten off your color A, weave in your ends, and continue working. Today, I'm just going to carry up my yarn up along the side and switch as I need as I come to it. This works particularly well if you know this edge is going to be hidden or have edging worked around it. So at the end, once you've changed color of your row 4, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. We're now going to work some of our cluster stitches, continuing to work in our color B. To work row 5, you're going to single crochet into the top of the first stitch. You're then going to work a cluster stitch in the front loop only of the next stitch, but 2 rows below. So now, when you worked your front loop before, you left this loop exposed at the back. We've turned our work, so this loop is now facing us. It's now on the front. We're going to work under this loop, and we're going to work a cluster stitch. To work your cluster stitch, yarn over, bring your hook in front of your work and insert it under the front loop only of that stitch 2 rows below. Yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. You're going to repeat that under the same loop. Yarn over, insert your hook under the front loop only of the same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. That is your cluster stitch. You're then going to work a single crochet into the next stitch of the previous row. So you're just working under both loops. We're now going to repeat that all the way across. Work a cluster stitch under the front loop only of the next stitch 2 rows below. And a single crochet into the next stitch on the previous row. You are skipping that stitch that falls directly behind your cluster stitches. Cluster stitch in the next stitch, front loop only 2 rows below, and single crochet into the next. Repeat all the way across. I'm here at the end of row 5. You're going to single crochet into your final stitch, chain 1, turn your work, and for row 6 you're simply going to work a single crochet into that first stitch and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. And here I'm just working in the tops of my stitches. When you come all the way across in that final stitch, we're going to switch back to our color A, which I will show you when I come across. When you come to that final stitch, you're going to insert your hook into the final single crochet, yarn over with your color B and draw up a loop. Then drop that color B, and if you're working the way I'm working, you'll have your color A just hanging down here on the side. Carefully pull it up, not too tight but not too loose either. Place it on your hook and draw through. You can then chain 1 and turn your work. For row 7, we are simply working with our color A, and you're going to single crochet into the top of that first stitch and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. Once you come all the way across, at the end of row 7, chain 1, turn your work, and now for the rest of the pattern, we're simply going to repeat our rows 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for as long as you would like, and then fasten off. The repeat of row 2 begins with the yarn over slip stitch in the first stitch and each stitch all the way across. So continue repeating the pattern beginning at row 2 for as long as you would like, then fasten off, weave in your ends, and that's how you work this cluster and ridge stitch. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, again, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, happy crocheting. Bye.